Here we go. If you guys are able to hear us properly, please give us a thumbs up no matter where you are watching us. If you're on Facebook, on YouTube, just tell us that you are able to hear us clearly. Okay, we have 13 viewers on TikTok. Guys, please keep double tapping the screen. That will allow more and more viewers. Yes, you're able to hear us properly. That's wonderful. Brett King is saying we full as bro. Um, good question, Brett. I'm not sure your comment is positive. You sound very positive. The way you have typed that BRO, bro. Most times, as migrants, we always get hateful comments. But remember, on a positive note, please do not forget the contributions that migrants have to make to this country. Apart from Aboriginal people in Australia, almost everyone is a migrant. Whether you have come, your parents or your ancestors came to Australia 200 years ago or 300 years ago, but all of us are migrant, and there are very handful number of people who are in Australia who are actually born in Australia and who have lived in Australia for thousands of years. So apart from that, everyone is, I would say, a migrant here. All right, so we have questions coming from, I think, TikTok. Can you please help me, Manjot, with that question?
So Lucky Boy, are you seeing for the Lucky Boy?
Yeah.
So hello sir, does department checks working hours when applying for a 482, 189 and 190 visas?
Okay, Lucky Boy, can you please elaborate your question? Can the department check the working hours?
Working hours.
I think
if
your
he were
question
working
is
full time while he was on maybe
student
some
visa.
another visa. Yeah.
I don't think they would really do it unless they have any specific reason to do so, or unless your profile have flagged somewhere, maybe from ATO or from other government agencies. They can check. So bring every question on YouTube and Facebook, guys. We are live on other sites as well. So can you please show that Facebook as well as YouTube?
So our Facebook channel name is Endeavor Education and Migration. So let me show you. So it looked like this. So we have our same kind of logo like this one. So you can just click over on the top, and then you can directly come.
So Brad King again. Yeah, thank you that you are being very respectful. We generally, as I said earlier, we generally hear hateful comments most times, but it seems that you are talking something from facts, which may be true. But if you look at in long run, I'm not sure whether you are aware of the facts or not, and how much you know about immigration, apart from what you hear from political debates, and when especially elections are happening or they are close to happen. That is mostly the time where immigrants are discussed a lot on all social media platforms just to gain political edge. Australia takes almost 190,000 people every year in different visas, and partner visas, family visas, parent visas are on top of that, and temporary visas are on top of that as well. So if Australia does not bring these many people, or they do not give these many visas, Australia's population will go down. And in certain states, if you look at South Australia, we have like 15 to 20% population aging and would be out of the workforce in next 5 to 10 years. Immigrants who come to Australia at a younger age, maybe as international students at 18 or 19, or sometimes even 23, 24, and sometimes a little bit later ages, such as 30s, early 30s, and late 30s, they become main part of the workforce. So we should not ignore that how many nurses, doctors, engineers, IT professionals, aged care workers, cleaners, people in construction industry, come from different countries. So I know as an Australian, if you are born and brought up here, you feel under a lot of competition, because these young people, they are smart, they've got college education, they've got good education, they've got good English skills, and you really feel challenged. But remember, if Australia wants to become world class economy and wants to stand somewhere, we need smart
obviously
people.
they need
They
workers
need
and
people, they need people, right? So all right, guys, let's continue asking
Mobit,
questions.
so I want to clear you. So, do you assist find a job offer in Dama region? No. So, this answer to this question is no. We don't assist in to find.
I will probably come back to that question in a minute. We have a question from Yogesh Kanes. Yogesh is asking, my brother has 491 visa live in Perth. His wife wants to apply for visa. Which partner visa she needs to apply for? Thank you. Very good question, Yogesh. I think that's a question on YouTube. So Yogesh, if someone is a holder of a 491 visa, they apply for a subsequent entrant 491 visa for their member of family unit, be it children or be it their wife, husband or wife. Okay, so you should apply for subsequent entrant 491 visa for for the spouse of a 491 holder. Okay, I would prefer, people, if you guys are able to bring all those questions to YouTube and on Facebook, that would be great, because we can share the screen if needed. Okay, until then, we will continue picking some meaningful questions from here. So Simu Melbourne was asking, after nomination approved in regional for chef, how long does it take for 186 visa now? So Simu Melbourne, I think every time you come to our session, you ask the same question, and my answer won't change either. Remember, because subclass 186 visa direct entry, or any subclass 186 visa in any stream, it is also, apart from labor agreement, it is also subject to capping. The department allows a certain number of visa applications to be decided or to be given during a particular financial year. And because new year's allocation hasn't come, and if the last year's allocation is already over, so not many people are going to get those grants. But the moment new allocation comes, they are going to get lots of grants. So all the pending applications from previous financial year would be decided. I hope that helps. Okay, so I've got a question coming on Maninder Singh. Maninder is asking, I have moved to Western Australia and working in field community worker at 80 points. Maninder, what I would recommend you, your points are 80 are fine. Look, community worker is a competitive occupation. I'm not sure whether you are currently employed as a community worker or not, but continue working with your points, and I wish you all the best. Can you get invited at 180 points? Yes, you can, but we are waiting for new financial year.
So, Maninder, if you are saying about 190, target 491. So I think 190 is a little bit hard.
Because of the competition.
Yeah.
Surely. Let me check how many people are waiting.
There are so many
community workers in large numbers. Absolutely, they are. Guys, if you want us to show you the screen, show you the facts, please bring all the questions on YouTube or on Facebook. I think our TikTok channel also has a link to YouTube.
I'm not sure.
Can you please check? It should be. Just give us a sec. So if you visit,
yes, it's there.
Yeah, so we have a link to our YouTube channel on a TikTok channel as well. So TikTok profile as well. So click that link and bring all the questions there. I'm also accepting questions on WhatsApp. If there is something that you really cannot ask on TikTok here, you can also send us a message on WhatsApp too. But we will only answer questions from WhatsApp numbers that are based in Australia. So the number that starts with +61. Okay. You can also send your questions there as well. Guys, if you want to discuss your case in detail, you want to discuss with me or even Manjot, best is to head to our website, which is here, www.eems.com.au, and you can book appointment from there. All right, so I'm coming back to this question that was from Maninder. Maninder, I want to show you the number of people waiting for community worker. Just give me a sec. So please stay with me on the screen. There we go. Yeah, so you may be able to see now. We have now we pay attention to Western Australia only. So in Western Australia, we have 906 people waiting for 190 in Western Australia as a community worker. Now, out of this number, we can't really say how many people are waiting at what number of points. So this figure only shows us anyone who has ticked Western Australia and has a community worker skills assessment. The number of people with those selections are 906. Now, if we look at 491, it is close to 1100. And I would like to highlight that, given that Western Australia had like only 5,000 numbers of nominations for 491 and 190 in last financial year, if that stays the same, if it doesn't change to a great extent, I don't think they're going to invite more than 50, 60, or maximum, say, 100 community workers. So if you are probably on, say, 95 or higher points, 90 or higher points, and if they invite 100 people, you would be the one to get invited. But if you are on like 80, 85, or even lower points, the chances are very limited. If they only invited 50 to 100 people. So we got to weigh different options.
Yeah, so if you have a normal points, like if your age is like if your peers have a same number of the points, then you are not the one that who get the invite. So you have to be you have to increase your points, but either by NATI, either by getting a 7 each band score or maybe 8 each band scores.
So see, when we look at so for example, if there are like 100 people on 80 points, okay, and out of those 100 people, if the department wants to invite only 20 people, so people who reached 80 points at the earliest date, not the date of lodgement of EOI, but at the date when new points or those 80 points were achieved on that EOI, would be selected. This is the reason that most times you see, okay, people ask us a question, sir, my friend had 80 points, he got selected, but I didn't get invited. What is the reason? So that could be one of the reasons, because they are looking at the earliest date when that particular EOI hit those number of points at which the person was invited. So we need to look at different things. So this is why if you sit on the top rank in terms of points, you are going to be invited whenever they have any round. Unfortunately, community worker is not eligible for 189. So that means whatever the number of invitation they give, they are divided into 491 and 190 only. Most cases, especially the courses in which we have a lots of people studying the same course and working in the industry, they are very, very competitive, and community worker is one of them. So unless you have very high points, and if the nomination numbers is limited, it is going to be very, very tricky to secure invite. You should also explore other options. If your visa is running out, anyone with community worker work experience could be eligible for a disability support worker if you meet the criteria under DAMA labor agreement.
So according to my understanding, even if someone is clicking the community worker and all of them have the bachelor degree, so and all of them have a 6.5 band. So if you have if you have any room to increase your band score by 7 each, then it may help you, and with the NATI as well.
Okay, guys, we are equally competent in Hindi, English, as well as Punjabi. So feel free to ask your questions in any language. We don't want language to become a bar here. And if you guys have any questions, you can also send your questions to our WhatsApp as well. And I want every one of you, if you haven't saved this number so far on your phone or on your WhatsApp, please do it now and save our number as Endeavour Education and Migration Adelaide, or you can also do it EEMS Adelaide. So whenever we share any updates on our WhatsApp, those stories and stuff, you don't miss out. Remember, guys, the purpose of Endeavour Education and Migration Services is to provide you honest, ethical, transparent, and professional migration advice. And we really mean what we say. We are not just here to make money, but we are here to change lives. Over the few years, we have helped many international students not only international students, but almost everyone looking for Australian visa, be it parent visa, be it partner visa, be it student visa, GSM visas, 189, 491, 190, or employer sponsored visa, included Dharma labor agreements. So we can do it all. So if you're looking for an honest, ethical, transparent, and professional migration agent, you simply head to our website from here, and you can book appointment with me. Our consultation charges are $165, but when you see us during that consultation, you will experience the difference, how we are different as compared to other people in the industry, because we don't just look at the number, we look at changing lives. All right, let's continue answering questions. I think that is a question on YouTube. That question is from Aman Taneja. Yeah.
So I have moved to Western Australia and I have skill assessment as a software and application programmer, 90 points. Any chances?
So again, look, I can't really say much. A lot of people have moved to other states. I'm not specifically sure why. I generally don't recommend people to make immediate changes to their location, because what happens when you move from one state to another, following someone's advice either on TikTok or sometimes even agents may recommend you, but if they don't have a solid plan, and if they have recommended you to move to a certain place, and if you have made that move, it is your duty to go and ask them why did they do so, and now you are stuck. Number one, if you have made this move by yourself, I would recommend and request everyone out there who is listening, it is not about following a flock of sheep, okay? Because we all come from different backgrounds, we all look different, we speak different, our levels of intellect are different, our the way we present, we are different, language is different, our studies, our strengths, weaknesses, we are all different. So not a generic advice to apply to everyone.
So the main thing is our strengths are different, so we are different from each and every person. So maybe the another person can do maybe the higher things, or maybe
better things or bigger things, and you may not be able to do, right?
Yes.
So we are all different. So please, the way God has made us, please accept it. So everything does not apply to everyone. Okay, so this is why you need to, when I counsel someone for their visa matters, I ask every question from them. Okay, qualification, background, financial status, their mother, father, their siblings, their husband, wife, children. So when we recommend you something, we know that you will be able, it is logistical possible for you to do it. It is a practical advice, not just like advice in just dreams, because I can't advise everyone the same thing, because we all come from different backgrounds. This is where it is important you take professional help from a person. Remember, guys, coming to Australia as an international student is like hell, right? There's a joke on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have done the hard yards, you have finished the qualification, now you're on your 485 visa. This is the time to take best professional help. And as a migration agent, our duty is just to give you recommendations, but you need to take those steps, and there are going to be ups and downs when you take those steps. So your agent should be able to support you. That's the agent that you should choose, should be able to support you. So anyone who is connected with me here, please share your experiences. If you are my client, how we are looking after you. I'm happy to hear any feedback you guys want to give on this social media platform, to let everyone else know out there how we work. Okay, so guys, continue double tapping the screen, and if you guys need to book appointment with us, you can do so from the website here. There was a question from Rajput is saying, I am on bridging visa C. I am on bridging visa C for 866 visa. Can you change to student visa? You can't change to student visa, because if you have to lodge onshore student visa, you must be the holder of a student visa, or your student visa must not have expired more than 28 days ago, so you don't meet that criteria. But if you are a holder of bridging visa C, and if you've got work rights on bridging visa C, there could be other options available to you. I would recommend you to please head to our website and book appointment so we can discuss in detail. All right.
So let's take another question from Sandeep.
I think Aman Taneja was addressed.
Yeah.
Next question was Sandeep Kativada. Sandeep is asking, I work as financial assistant. Can I apply for it to under accountant if my employer is ready? If you are working as a financial assistant, at the end of the day, it all comes down to your jobs and duties. Remember, Sandeep, for applying for a 482 visa as an accountant, there are caveats that apply to this occupation. So those caveats are pretty clear. Number one, the company must have at least 5 workers in that location, and the turnover of the company must not be less than 1 million. So these are 2 caveats, and your position has to be genuine position. So you must be performing jobs and duties of an accountant, and you should have relevant qualification and 1 year work experience. So it's not only about the company is going to give you that visa. It's about whether it is going to get granted. Yeah, can you lodge the visa? Yes, you can lodge the visa if you meet the criteria. But would it be granted? That question requires a lot of documentation, a lot of supporting evidence that you would be working in the genuine position, and it is a genuine position for that sponsorship.
Yep. So same questions.
Same questions.
Same
Okay.
questions, yes.
Sandeep is asking same question. Okay. There's a question from Fia Sabil. So 90 points working in regional as a chef, but living in metro. What are my chances for 491? I think close to zero. I will be very open and very, very honest. Afia, remember, as a chef, if you've got good skills, if your employer is willing to sponsor you, if your visa is running out in next 3 to 4 months, please take that option. Because at this moment, there are lots of people who are waiting for invites with chef occupation, no matter whether it is regional or metro, everywhere they are. So easiest pathway could be either employer sponsored visa 482 or even 186 if you meet the criteria. Probably if your employer is willing to help you, then probably you need to look into that side. I'm not sure what state you're located in, but you're saying you're living in metro, working in regional. It doesn't change anything. You're still in that big crowd of chefs and cooks occupation who are waiting for invite. Unless you have like 90 or 95 points, they may invite a handful of 189s. You don't know.
But
if you have very high points,
it may be maybe above 100 points.
Yeah, maybe 95. Yeah. I think last time 95 was the cutoff for chefs for 189. So yes, make your decisions accordingly. Yo-Yo Jat Gaming is saying, can I apply 186 in Melbourne under company specific labor agreement after turning 48? Good question. So Yo-Yo Jat Gaming, unless the company specific labor agreement has age concession, you can't do it. Okay, so the company specific labor agreement must have age concession to give you 186 until 55. It
Now
also
depends upon the labor agreement.
Yeah. How that labor agreement is written.
So same question.
Everyone is asking the same question. All right. Kripa Ben Sparks is asking 491 visa registered nurse, 75 points chance is there when we can expect next invitation. So Kripa Ben Sparks, I think for 491 at 75 points it can click. I'm not sure what is your location. If you are in regional Victoria, you've got pretty high chances if you got full-time employment. I want to share one case with you. Last year, one of my client originally comes from Kenya. She was working with other agent, and later on she realized that the agent was not sending her any information, or she was not happy because she was not getting any feedback what she should do. So referred by some other friend, she came to us, and I assessed her scenario. She was turning 45 in February 2025. I'm talking of October. So she came to me in October, and I asked her, well, why were you waiting that long, given that your visa is expiring in next 4 months, and you're still waiting in Melbourne metro and waiting for invite? She was on 70 points or so, because she had lower points.
She was on lower points because her age is
was more than 40. So what we did, we immediately got in action. I really counseled her, told her, well, it's not going to work out for you if you keep sitting in Melbourne, and things will slip out of your hands. She was a holder of 485 visa, which was expiring in February. And then her visa was expiring in February, and her age was also turning to be 45 in February 2025. So we recommended her move to regional Victoria with full-time job. So she started applying for jobs. Eventually, she landed in a job. Her job was, I think, 32 hours per week. And she had completed only 2 or 3 weeks. And we did ROI for Victoria. They accepted her ROI, and we made the state nomination application, and we launched the application. We were waiting for grant from the department. So things do work out for you if your agent is proactive and you have the skills
and
to understand.
It depends upon your skills and abilities.
And you need to be proactive.
And
you need to
your
make
strength,
you
obviously.
need to make decisions. There are a lot of people who are always stuck in 2 or 3 different pathways. You should do this or that, and you are not able to make decision. Remember, guys, you got to make decision no matter what. Unless you make decision and tread start going on certain direction, you won't realize whether it will work or not, because I can't, as a migration agent, give you any guarantee. No one can. If someone is giving you guarantee for the visa, and if they are a migration agent, they're going against the code of conduct. Okay, so I can't give you guarantee. I can give you the plan. I can tell you what is possible, what may or may not work, but eventual decision is just yours. Okay. There was a question on TikTok. I think it is about Chan 125Z Chan. Is LMT required for 186 direct entry project coordinator? Labor market testing is not a mandatory requirement for subclass 186 direct entry visa. However, we do recommend it because it helps you to justify genuine position, and it helps you it helps the employer to prove that they are not able to find or hire that worker from the local market. Okay, very, very important point, even though it is not required.
So Unique, which one, 482 or 494 is the quickest and cheapest?
So I have to,
So
after addressing this, I have to answer Ben's question. I'm not sure if Ben asked something yet. So what question you had, Hassan?
So from Unique, which one, 482 or 494 is quickest and cheapest as chef?
482 or 494. Look, you got to understand 482 and 494 separately. Okay, so 482 visa, when it is granted, you can avail 482 visa for 1 to 4 years. Okay, but after 2 years, so if you are a holder of 482 visa, if that visa gets granted today, after 2 years from today, at the same date in 2027, you would be eligible to apply for 186 direct TRT with the same employer or even with a different employer. Okay, subject to meeting all other criteria. And when you apply for 186 TRT, it would have its own processing times. It could be 2 years or 1 year or 1.5 years. Okay, so from 482 to 186, you're going to need an employer. Okay, but if you look at subclass 494 visa, 494 visa does not, when it is granted, it is valid for 5 years. But after 3 years of holding 494 visa, you can apply for 191 visa at your own without employer's help. Okay, when you apply for 191 visa nowadays, the processing time for 191 are 2 or 3 months. If it gets granted, then you don't need to work with the employer anymore because you are a holder of 191 visa, which is a permanent visa. So why we have 494 and why we have 482. Now, 482 has less stricter requirements, because if you are going for 482 under standard business stream or SBS, you only need 1 year of work experience within last 5 years, whether previous to qualification or after the qualification, whether casual, full-time, part-time, or you just need.
It is a very
flexible requirement.
Yeah.
Even though you have worked at a lower skill level for certain time, that's fine as well. And your age is not a requirement for 482. Your English is also 5 each, right? But if you look at 494 requirements, you need to have skills assessment. If you need to have 6 each, you need to be less than 45 years unless it is Dharma labor agreement stream. And you need to have 3 years of full-time work experience after your relevant qualification. So 494 is a little bit more stricter. It is another brother of 186 in one sense. Okay, but it is a temporary visa. It allows regional businesses to hold the nominees in their business for longer duration, so they can benefit the business. Remember, if genuinely sponsored, all the employers pay for standard business sponsor and nomination. So if the employer is spending, say, few $1,000, say, I think, genuinely employer will spend roughly 8 or 10 to 12K in addition to the visa application charge, which is generally paid by the applicant on the sponsorship. So why would they lose that money if you leave them in 1 or 2 years after that? So that's why 494 allows the employers to bind with them for a bit longer duration. Okay.
Spam call.
All right, let's continue, guys. Let me check if we have more questions. Yo-Yo Jet Gaming, one more question. I have 3 year full-time experience. Can I go for 186 under company labor agreement in aged care as a child? So Yo-Yo Jet, again, can you, I think I've answered your question. It all depends upon the company specific labor agreement, whether it has age concession or not. And can you go for 186 directly? It also depends upon that particular labor agreement. Okay, most labor agreements will allow 482 first, and then after 2 years 186. That's just the standard practice. Okay. All right, guys, if you have questions where you need to share, where we are required to share information with you and show you some evidence on the screen, please bring all the questions to YouTube or on Facebook.
Parul, tell me something. Can a visitor visa holder transfer his visa to 482? It is possible, but it is not that easy.
I will answer that question in detail in a minute. Afiya Sabil is saying, after 485 visa, no chance to apply for student visa. Afiya Sabil, technically you can't apply for onshore student visa after 485 visa, but you can lodge a student visa application by going offshore. And the only problem is, if you lodge your student visa application from offshore, if your student visa does not get granted, then you don't have, if it is refused from offshore, then you don't have ART rights. Okay, so that's the only challenge with the young applicants. If you do not have a long history of staying on temporary visas such as 485s, 408s, or student visas, a long history of temporary visas, then in some cases it can work out. You can get your student visa granted, but it's only a temporary solution.
Most of the cases are getting refused.
Yeah, a lot of cases are getting refused, especially if you have long history of living on different kind of temporary visas as a student, 485, 408s, and all that. Okay. Hassan is asking, yes. So that question: can someone come to Australia on a tourist visa? Can they lodge a 482 visa? The answer to that question is yes, you can lodge 482 visa. But remember, for someone to lodge 482 visa, we need 3 things. There are 3 different steps for 482 visa. First one is standard business sponsor. The business does that. Second one is nomination. Okay, the business does that as well. Third one is the visa lodgement. So if you have lodged SVS, nomination, and visa as well, which is fine, while you are holding a tourist visa, you will get a bridging visa A granted, but bridging visa A will not have work rights because your previous visa was a tourist visa and you didn't have work rights on that visa. So it will continue to be the same condition on your bridging visa A. Now, until your 482 visa gets granted, you don't get work rights. So technically you can stay here, but you can't work until your 482 visa is granted.
Yep.
Can we lodge it? Yes, you can lodge it. But are you going to find a genuine employer who is willing to sponsor you? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself.
Yep. Subject to meeting all the conditions of 482 visas as well. So Haaland, oral subsequent entrant subclass 500 waiting period, it would be around 7 to 8 months, even more than that.
Yeah, around 7. Yeah, they're coming down like 6 or 7, like the latest.
They are taking more. They are taking more for the subsequents.
Subsequent longer. 8, 9. Yeah, subsequent is taking a bit longer. Komal Chetri, I think on YouTube, if I lodge 186 direct entry visa while on bridging visa A linked to 491, I need to withdraw this as I am in metro. Uh, will I get bridging visa? C, with no work rights. Komal Chetri, you are going to do so many things. This question is for your migration agent, my dear. Okay, so please ask this question from a migration agent who is assisting you with this whole process. They should help you navigating your situation from here on. Okay, I would not get into something that is too complicated for me to answer here. So best is to get that sorted out from the agent who is currently assisting you. If you don't have one, and if you don't have surety, but if you have that question, a legitimate question, please head to my website and you can book appointment from there. If you are on YouTube, the website address is scrolling on the screen, and if you are on TikTok, you can see that in the banner behind us. Okay.
So Pinder Rachel, I'm on a 485 visa, which currently is studying graduate diploma in ECT. I'm a male and I'm confused whether to continue or look for other pathway. Can you please provide some insight? Thank you.
So Bhupender, can you check out, sir?
Yeah, sure.
So Bhupender, being a male as such does not preclude you from studying graduate diploma in early childhood teaching. I know after the current investigation that is underway in Victoria for childcare abuse in the childcare center, many of you are concerned. But remember, there is a genuine shortage. When there is a news, the government and different stakeholders, they would do their own thing. They would inquire and they would bring up and try to make changes and things like that. But the ground reality does not change. Every parent who has young children, if both of them are working, they have to put their children to childcare. Okay, only 5 to 10% parents may have access to grandparents, where grandparents are able to look after their grandchildren. But in most other cases, especially in bigger cities, given current inflation and interest rates are so high, you need a lot of money to maintain your house. Most of the times both parents are working. They can only work if they are able to put their children in the childcare. So we would need childcare. It is just that if you just listen to what is popular on social media, you're gonna be very, very shaky in terms of your decisions. But if you have someone side by who is giving you the right direction, right guidance each step when you have questions, then probably your journey is going to be more smoother. So I would, anyone, if you are ECT, if you are a ECT student, and if you are currently located in, say, New South Wales, say in Sydney, and you are in Melbourne, my recommendation to you guys would be think about relocating to regional area within your same state. And I'm not talking of a regional area such as only 50k away, which is just regional. For example, if you're living in Melbourne, there are a few suburbs,
Yeah, so they are just living in next officer
choice, Pakenham, Clyde North, like these guys. Remember, you got to understand, guys, these areas are regional for the sake of regional, but you are still within the same crowd, okay, of metro city.
So you have to go to the core regional,
which means move like 150 or 200
3 to 4 hours drive.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours, or 2.5 to 3 hours drive from main metro city. This is where you will find, if you find a job there, even as a child,
even jobs are easy over there.
Because generally in farming towns, not a lot of people study and they want to work, because most of the farmers, they don't want to go to school and college, so they have children, they want to put those children in the childcare. But if the childcare does not have childcare worker, they can't host many children. So even if you find a childcare worker job there, after 1 year you would be eligible for 482 visa as a childcare worker with early childhood qualification, even if you don't get invited. So there are options available. You got to stick to the plan. There is a definite and genuine need there, but you need to have a plan. Okay, and plans are not made by watching someone's video on TikTok. Remember, we also do lots of live shows, but in every live show we highlight the specific things that we want to convey. And this is why lots of people come to us, they book appointments, and then when I share data with them, in the consultation, I bring up ABS website, I show them the town, this is the town, this much is the population in the town, and this is the number of children under the age of that, and that shows how many childcare center could be there in that particular area. It's all about research, it's all about decisions, it's all about making the right choices at the right time. It's not just only about watching someone on social media and just making your decisions of your life. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. I know when you were young in Australia, you may have gone to your agent who was giving you free consultation because they didn't have the qualification to charge you any money. They helped you in changing the course, and what people do, they keep going back to the same person who is actually not even qualified to give you advice regarding those matters. Take it seriously. Okay, take it seriously. Talk to a registered migration agent who can actually address all your questions and queries. If you want to talk to us, you can book appointment from our website here. Bhupender, that was your question. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I know I can understand your confusion and why you are confused. Not only you, there are so many people out there who are confused. All right, next one. Okay. Guys, if you have any questions you want to get answered, you can send try to post your comments here. You can also send us your questions on WhatsApp. I'm going to take a couple of questions on WhatsApp. I'm not sure. Okay, so someone asked on WhatsApp, I'm a student here in Australia and would wish to get my wife here. I had lodged my visa single but had gone home 3 weeks ago to get married. How should I go about this? So someone has asked me on WhatsApp this question. So if you are an international student in Australia and if you want to bring your spouse from offshore, my recommendation to you guys is to probably wait unless your spouse is highly qualified, working in a strong, very, very strong professional job in your home country. It is highly unlikely they will get their student visa granted, subsequent entrance student visa granted. So if their profile is very strong, please apply for subsequent entrance student visa now. But if it is not, then probably it's not worth the hassle now. Move on to subclass 485 visa and then apply for subsequent entrant 485 visa, because subsequent entrant 485 visa does not have any GTE criteria. That means the chances of getting 485 visa grant are all subsequent entrant 485 visa are almost 100%. Okay, so that could be my advice to you. Someone is asking, my student visa is expiring in September 2025. I have deferred my course due to unavailability of unit. I failed and got a new COE for 2026 February. Can I apply study visa extension? I'm watching you in live. Please help me. Absolutely, you can. You can definitely apply for a student visa extension. Anyone who wants to apply for a student visa extension, you have sent us a message. I'll get my counselor to give you a call tomorrow and see if we can assist you. Okay. As long as you have COE and meet all the criteria, we can assist you. If you guys are looking for 485 visa, we have a special offer. Single applicant 550, couple 660. This offer is limited, available for next 2 weeks only. You can avail that offer. If you want to do extension of your student visa, just simply leave us a message on WhatsApp and our team will get back to you. Okay. San Jat, please don't type the same question again and again. You're just annoying me so badly. Hi, sir. 75 points, motor mechanic in Victoria. Any chance, please, 2 years experience. Look, Sanjat, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, yes, you've got a lot of chances? No, you haven't. See how many motor mechanics were invited last financial year from Victoria. I don't know any of my clients with that skills assessment. Okay. So just be practical about it. Understand the situation and take action accordingly. If you have if you are a holder of 485 visa valid for another year or so, you can wait and get your employer to sponsor you for 186. If not, then if your visa is expiring soon, take 482. Don't expect a lot to happen this financial year. Okay. 8 Miles is saying, I'm chef, I'm launching my EUI October. Hopefully my visa expires in March. I have 80 points. So 8 miles can't really help you with that much of information. I'm not sure what is your occupation. So great point start would be to make a consultation with me, book it from our website. Guys, we have recently changed the payment gateway of our website. So if you guys are trying to book consultation and if it is not working for you for one or the other reason, please take a screenshot and send it to us on email or on WhatsApp if there's any issue. So I've checked the system, it is working, but you never know, these are all IT systems, they can bug anytime. So let us know if you're really struggling to book appointment.
Modi, so how many points for social worker to get invitation in Victoria? So how many points, Modi, do you have at the moment? And are you working as a social worker in Victoria?
All right. So what was that? Sorry.
So it's about the social worker points. That how many points for the social workers is required in Victoria?
So first of all, how many points are required in Victoria? Look, social worker not very competitive. If you look at 189, people with 75 or higher would have pretty good chances of 189 as well if they invited 100 or 200 people. Can Victoria invite social workers? Generally, Victoria does not invite large number of social workers. They do not invite a large number of community workers and all. We all know it, right? So if you are on 75 points, 189 can also click for you. If there is any room for you to increase your points, go for it. If not, then probably think about finding a full-time job employment in a regional area. It could be Tasmania, it could be regional New South Wales, it could be regional Victoria. So you're also unlocking your phone line one as well, especially if your visa is running out soon. It could come in very, very handy. Okay, remember guys, when you're looking for visa, you are not a chooser. Okay, especially if your visa is running out in next 6 or 8 months, you are not a chooser. You don't have a lot of time. Rather than later on even struggling to find an employer for employer sponsored visa, why not to plan, if it is possible, to go for 491 visa now? Okay, there was a question. There was a very interesting question from someone here. I'm not sure who was. Continue asking questions, guys. And for those who are new to our live shows, if you guys have not hit that follow button so far, this is the time to do so. Please bring all your questions on YouTube or on Facebook. We are live on both platforms, or 3 platforms today. It allows us to share screen and show you a lot of information there. Okay. Okay, so yes, the question was here actually. So someone asked a question. It was on WhatsApp. I can't really give number or even name. The question was, hi sir, just got the number from TikTok. I have completed my ECT last year and working in nominated occupation and claimed a point for that as well. I have 75 points for 189 and 80 points for 190. I am in Sydney, New South Wales. My visa expires in 2028. What should I do? So first recommendation to you would be, leave the crowd. Currently you are based in New South Wales. In Sydney you are in a big crowd. So if you are able to move to regional with full-time job in regional New South Wales, 189 is always there at 80 points. At 75 points, 189 is, I don't think it is possible given the number of EOIs. There are over close to 7,000 EOIs, and there are people at 500 to 800 people sitting on 80 or higher points. So if you are going for 189 at 75 points, I don't think there is any chance this financial year, unless they invite like 2,000-3,000 EOIs for 189, which is less likely. And if we talk about 190, again in New South Wales, we have roughly 2,500 people waiting for invites. So from 189 list, people who got 80 or higher points, there are more than like 700 or 800 people, and many of them, they are based in New South Wales itself. So currently, I know because your visa is valid until 2028 and you are not concerned, but how about securing your pathways quicker as possible? So I would say, recommend you think about moving to regional New South Wales. with full-time job, and you can unlock your 491 as well in addition to 190. You never know, they may give more incentive for people who are working in regional New South Wales, especially for 190 in future, because government's focus is to retain and send people to regional to support regional economies. You got to understand this is government's focus. So I've been talking about it a lot recently. Regional is government's focus, and if you move to regional where there is a genuine shortage of workers in your occupation,
There are high
they
chances.
may incentivize invites in that case.
Even sometimes at the very last stage, they can say that we are prioritizing
Regional,
people
yeah, many
working
times,
in,
yeah,
working in a
absolutely.
regional area.
They
So
do all the time.
sometimes it happens, yeah.
Yeah, they do all the time.
Yeah.
Rozo is saying, Arzu is saying, sir, I got section 56 on 6 May for 189 visa. How long the grant? So I hope you have replied to the section 56 and clicked that supplied information button at the bottom as well. It should be granted soon. Tashib Norbu. Tashib is asking, student counselor with 75 points for 190 and 85 points for 491 in Western Australia. Should I expect invitation? Very good question. Tashib, we had a student counselor invited merely at 65 points for 190 last financial year. So we are looking at only handful people in that occupation. Okay, if you need assistance, Norbu, please reach out to us, book appointment with me. And I know I can see from your name you come from Bhutan. Your name, your surname, I can see that is a Bhutanese surname. My client was also from Bhutan. I'm not sure you're friends with him or not, but it was a great outcome for them. We have lodged a surplus.
Student counselor.
Yeah, student counselor. Hassan Khan, 482 core skill carpenter, applied on 28th May 2025, Sydney. How long it will take to approve? Processing time roughly 8 to 12 weeks for 482 in most cases. Aditya Narang has a question about 491. Aditya, please go for it. So yes, thank you. Someone has sent thank you on WhatsApp because we answered their question. Guys, if you have any question, please save this number on your WhatsApp, and you can also send your question here if it is not possible for you to type in the comment box. Sometimes comment box only allows you certain number of words. You may not be fit your whole thing, so you can send us a message on WhatsApp as well. We will try to answer your question. So anyone who is looking to go for 485 visa or student visa extension, you can simply send us a message on WhatsApp, and we can pass on. Probably Manjot will do a follow-up with you. If you have any other migration related matter, you would be required to book appointment. Okay, another question.
Batra, student visa from India applying for OL. What it means, OL? OL in a college.
I don't know. OL? Please explain OL. Language?
Offer letter. Oh my god. Okay, so you are applying for offer letter for a colleges. So Bhavesh Batra, if you are saying from India, so
the success rate in colleges is relatively
lower,
limited. Okay, I'm not saying that no one will get visa, but relatively limited. If you got no other option, go for it.
Yeah, you can give a try, because but there is a high scam in India when they are applying for the colleges. So they have internal settings, and they are not paying the fees and all those things.
So there's so many things happening.
It is a trap actually. So because even because my brother had done this.
You can speak in Punjabi.
Yes.
So make him understand.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, my brother had done this thing. So he has applied for a student visa in a college, but it was a trap actually. So don't go for that.
So someone applied for a student visa from Indian agent in India.
Cousin brother, so not my real brother.
And what happened?
On that time, I was not in this in this industry, so even I was not aware. So
and not only in this industry, in India, things work differently. You know, people get carried away with flashy offices and things like that, and with crowd, and you get a visa refused, no good at all. All right, guys. So you can ask your questions on Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are watching us. If you are
So
watching,
Mitch, I'm Australian citizen, so will never need a visa. Lol, just watching. Thank you, Mitch. Thanks for watching us.
Mitch.
Yeah. So you're welcome to our live show. Most welcome. I mean,
Mitch, how did you come to Australia? Did you come to Australia as international student, or on a family visa, or you were born here? Please share your journey.
born here, right?
That's good. Please share your journey. How do you see immigrants when you see these brown faced people with this different accent? How do you see? We do get all type of comments on our TikTok live shows. How do you see? How do you perceive immigrants in Australia? And if you are able to share, please share what do you do for work and where you're located. It'll be great. Yeah, please share your experience. How do you see immigrants? Because we do get all kind of comments. All right, we are answering a question from, I think, N. N is asking 3 years degree from Western Australia Uni and continue applying for masters. Do we need to produce a PTE? Good question. Generally, if you have Australian degree, you are not required to do PTE. As long as university has accepted you, you should be all ready.
But
to
it
go.
depends actually. So if
Yeah.
it depends upon the university. If
Yeah.
you are going for the health courses, then they are looking for the PT. So your fresh band scores are required. But if you are looking for some another course, or maybe in terms of education or any, it depends upon to courses that what are their specific requirements. So you have to go to the university website and just search through the academic and the other entry requirements.
Next question is from Saeed Siddiqui, I think on YouTube. Saeed is asking for 189 EY employment section. Do we need to write full employment history or deduct 1 year, which is minimum requirement? Okay. So first of all, Saeed Siddiqui, the way you have asked your question, it seems you are located offshore, number one. Let me know if I'm wrong. Now, can you do you need to put your full working history? There's no harm in doing so, but make sure you only claim experience points only for the employment where you have worked in the relevant industry or in the relevant field.
And you have the documented evidence.
And you have documented evidence such as pay slips, bank statements, tax documents, and employment letters and things like that. Okay, so only do that if you're claiming points. If you don't want to claim points, you can select not related to the occupation.
Yes.
So that will automatically that will automatically not claim points. Okay, we have a next question from Aditya. I have a question regarding
let's do this one first.
Yeah.
Little closed pin. So ECTI will be completing in December, living in casual, working in regional Victoria, but not co-regional.
Not core regional. That's
Okay,
good.
5 points. Chance.
So little closed pin. If you're not in core regional, so you already know what to do. You need to move to core regional. Okay, so you're unlocking 490, because if you are living in core regional, you have high chances of 190, high chances of 189, and high chances of 491 as well. So you're unlocking 3 visas at the same time.
So little closed pin. So if you are completing your course in December, I think you have completed your 6 months. So are you working as an educator or maybe in a specific childcare in a regional area, or you are working somewhere else? So if you are not, then try to find a job in as a childcare educator
or even as a worker.
And obviously, after December, you may get promoted to the teacher.
Yeah, when you have a registration to work as ECT, most of the times our clients report it to us. They got organization,
the job after So 6 months, and obviously towards they can move towards teacher.
So I'm going to take one question from Aditya. Aditya, I have a question regarding 491. I got my grant in 2024 August. I lived in New South Wales regional for 4 months, and then I had to come to India for some reason. Still will be eligible for 3 years for 191 visa. Absolutely, Aditya. So the requirement for subclass 191 visa is while you are living in Australia, you must have lived in regional area and worked in regional area only, or studied in regional area only. Now you can apply for a 191 visa after 3 years of holding 491 visa. You need 3 notice of assessments. They don't count any period that you have lived offshore, so that doesn't really matter. If you have lived outside Australia, it's okay. You can live 6 months there, 8 months, 10 months, or any number of months. Even some people can live for whole life, but you must have 3 notice of assessments for Australia, and you can apply for 191 after 3 years. I hope that helps.
But I think the notice of assessment will show like a 0.
Yeah. So
Zero.
even if your notice of
Nil,
assessment
nil.
shows 0, it's fine. Okay. Can I have your phone number here too? Yes, absolutely. 0452. This is our phone number. We don't hide anything, guys. This is our phone number, 0452 169 200. This is our number. If you are on Facebook and on YouTube, our number is scrolling.
So we have
On the
our
screen.
company presence in all social media platforms. I think
Yeah,
most
you
of the
can-
platforms
yeah.
we can say.
But you always identify us with this logo. I think there is another Endeavour somewhere in Victoria with another name. Their logo is entirely different, and always look for this logo. We are having a bit of issues with this branding thing, but we are trying to sort it out as quick as we can. But apart from that, if you are looking for Endeavour Education and Migration Services in Adelaide, we are the only one based in South Australia. We do have clients throughout Australia and even overseas, because through TikTok we get lots of clients coming from different walks of life, different backgrounds. So our clientele is pretty broad, pretty vast. We serve clients at least for like 20 or 25 different countries. We've got lots of followers from Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. We do have lots of following in India. Obviously, TikTok is not available in India, but we do have other social media platforms. So remember, guys, we are here to help, and we believe in honest, ethical, and professional service. So if you're looking for a proactive agent who can guide you step by step, who answers your emails, who answers your phone calls, I know everything comes for a cost, but as long as your work gets done properly on time, that's all you guys want. We do hear back from lots of clients when they sign up with us, their experiences with their previous companies and the companies they were working with for their migration purposes. Look, we really cannot go back and change what happened in the past, but we can always change our future. Your future is in your hand, and we take it really, really seriously. So if you guys haven't followed us so far, please do it now. We do create a lot of content for our social media platforms, meaningful content, not just marketing videos like everyone else out there. We do create meaningful content which helps you to understand where do you stand at the moment and what steps you're required to do to figure out your PR pathways. So if you need to book appointment with me, you can simply head to my website and book appointment from there. Make sure you select Mahinder and Adelaide office, and you can select Zoom if you're not based in South Australia. If you're based in South Australia in Adelaide, you can come and see us in office as well, but appointment booking is required. Our consultation charges are $165. Okay, it does not you don't need to book appointment if you want to do student visa or you want to do 485 visa. We can sort that out just over the phone as well. But if you have any other migration related matters, skills assessments, general skill migration, employer sponsored visas, family visas, partner visas, parent visas, you're required to book appointment to get started. Okay, do not forget to hit that follow button if you haven't done so far. We are ready to take next question. Ninjot, please.
Yep. Let's say let's take the question. Sir, I'm living in Victoria, Western Australia. My occupation is painter. Chances of invitation.
Western Australia painter should be pretty good. Okay,
because Western Australia, work on your points. Yeah,
work on your points. It is always good to continue improving your points. Never leave improving your points. Songe is asking, I got employer sponsorship 186 but waiting for labor agreement approval, but my visa is expiring. Okay, so Songe, I'm not sure what is the exact story, okay, and how proactive your agent is. In terms of labor agreements, as long as your DAR is approved, okay, as long as your DAR is approved and you have lodged, your employer has lodged a labor agreement, okay, as long as they have made the labor agreement application in IME account, you can do the nomination and visa application as well, even though the labor agreement is not approved yet. Does that make any sense? So your agent must be able to guide you in this direction. If the designated area authority first step, which is just DAR endorsement has already occurred, if that is approved and labor agreement application has gone in IME account already, even though it is not decided, it is in the processing, you can still do nomination as visa application subject to meeting all other criteria. I hope that helps. And it is also recommended for your employer to, or your agent to contact the labor agreement department for processing of the labor agreement application quickly as possible. If your agent is proactive, they can definitely send email to the labor agreement team, and they do sometimes look at, because purpose of employer sponsored visas is to provide immediate help to employers who are struggling to find appropriately skilled worker from Australian market. Okay, so they are pretty proactive as long as your agent is proactive as well. Okay, next question.
Yes, so let's take the question from Somil Kurani. Tasmania 70 points working as ECT. What chances?
Somil, aa jayega aapka. You're gonna get
Negotiation,
invited
yes.
next this financial year. If you are in gold, then you can get invited.
So Prabh Sandhu, how long it takes to grant after S56 for medical? Generally 2 to 3 months. It may be immediate if it
I'm
doesn't.
not sure what
Yeah.
visa.
So yeah, it depends upon every visa.
Visa. So it is a 4 and 5 visa. You do the medical today and it can get granted tomorrow.
Yes, immediately.
Immediately.
But obviously,
it is,
I think if they are waiting like in a curious way, then obviously it may.
But
is
if it's
skilled or something
491,
like that.
190, it can take time.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months for these visas. 190 visa, obviously.
It's gonna take time.
This is why they are.
Sandesh, any chance for 491 for essay this year for chef work experience 3 years in essay 0.95? Oh, Sandesh, points are pretty good. 95 points are pretty good, Sandesh. I don't think things are going to change a lot for South Australia for chefs and cooks, unless your employment is very strong and you're working in outer regional, and that too 491.
Sector, please, I am a mining engineer in Ghana. Please help me immigrate to Australia.
So first of all, for my friends who are based in Africa, I do have lots of clients from Africa, and I really value your business. From Africa, we generally get like highly educated, and most of the clients who are in professional jobs. And I have to say, if you're looking for Australian visa and if you have some professional qualification, like you're saying you're a mining engineer, the starting point for you is to check with the Engineers Australia. Okay, so go to Engineers Australia's website, do some homework, because what is going to happen if you convert your South African money or Ghana money in Australian dollars, it will become handful. And that would mean if I look at your profile, you may not be able to afford to pay us for the work that we do for you. So it is always recommended to do a little bit of searching first. And then when you have questions, then you can book appointment with us so we can address those questions. So most people can, there are a lot of people who do their process for GSM themselves as well, especially from offshore, because cost is a big factor.
Big factor, yeah.
Okay, but if you're able to afford our services, I mean, we are happy to help. But generically, to come to Australia from offshore, you need to be ideally in the age bracket of 25 to 33. And I'm only talking about general skilled migration. Under general skilled migration, you can see here general GSM. That means general skilled migration. We have 3 visas: 189, 190, and 491. 190 and 491 are state-sponsored visas. 189, you get invitation from Department of Home Affairs directly. For these visas, you are required to have high points. Okay, so that means anyone between the age of 25 to 33 with 5+ years work experience in their nominated occupation, and you can only claim that if you have evidence of work. That means pay slips, bank statements, and stuff. And if you have superior English and single marital status, you would be sitting on highest points possible. So if you are someone who is listening to me, you want to apply, you are in a professional engineering related occupation, you are in a professional occupation,
and you're working as
and
well.
you are working as well, you have superior English, you are between 25 to 33, you have 5+ years of work experience which can be documented, then you are good to go for Australian visa. Okay, so the process involves 4 steps. First one, getting skills assessment. Second one, EOIE, and in most cases ROI and state nomination, and then visa lodgement. Then you wait from offshore, and when you get your Australian visa granted, you come to Australia. I've seen a lot of people advertising Australian visas in $200 or $300. We do your visa, and I've seen a lot of live shows. And I won't name the business, but especially my clients based in Africa, I want to make you guys aware that Australian visas cannot be obtained in $100, $200, $300, $400 at all, even 1,000 at all, because applying the visa
Nowadays they are
application.
doing in India.
Yeah, like in
Some
India.
of the people are doing in India that we will give you a sponsorship visa.
Yeah, so that the cost of applying for Australian visas is very high. So if someone says you're gonna get visa in $100 or $200, it is fake and it is
not
fraud.
possible. So
it is not possible. Okay, so Clark is saying you come here and take our housing, Clark, but at the same time, lots of international students are working in the construction industry, building houses as well. Okay, so it's a kind of give and take.
Yeah.
Okay. So, don't get cancelled. How do I stop this from happening? I'm not sure what do you want to stop from happening, guys. If you have not hit that follow button so far and you're watching a live show for the first time, this is the time to do so you don't miss live shows from us in future. If you guys are watching us live on YouTube, Facebook, follow us, subscribe our channel, because we do make lots of meaningful content on our social media platforms. All right, let's take some more questions.
Javelin, motor mechanic, for it to apply from accredited sponsor, how long it will take?
Accredited sponsor ਦੇ 2-3 ਹਫ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ।
Javelin ਹੀ ਹੈ ਵੀਰੇ।
ਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। Okay, can I get sponsorship job to do? This is a common question, especially for our clients located offshore, whether you are in Pacific, Southeast Asian countries, or you're in Africa, or even Indian subcontinent. Most people ask us, sir, can you provide us job sponsorship? No, we cannot, unfortunately. Okay, because there are lots of international students who are currently based in Australia looking for sponsorship, and it is difficult for them to find a genuine sponsorship in Australia. So it would be very difficult for someone to target unless you have contacts in Australia, maybe your cousin, brother, sister, or you get some contacts from LinkedIn, or you've got contacts from your college or university, those kind of contacts, then things may work out for you. But apart from that, it is very difficult. If someone says to you they've got sponsorship for you from Australia, 99.9% it is fake. Manjot, do you want to share your experience with everyone? You tell everyone your story.
So for the sponsorship, you mean?
Yeah, sponsorship. One of your friends, the story back in India.
Even yesterday, my friends, one of my friends, he called me, and then he was saying like, look, this is a sponsorship letter. So he just gave me the letter of a storekeeper, and it is saying that we will give you this much salary, and the salary is I want to disclose, it is 6,900. So imagine 6,900 for a month, actually, for the storekeeper. Like if you are a storekeeper on a maybe any store, any grocery store, it is not that possible. Even the
6,900
even the people in a 6,900 a month. Even people those are even those are working in a Woolworths or Coles, even they are not getting that much money. So how is that possible?
6,900. Let me check how much that works.
It is around 82,000, 82 grand for a year. So I have already calculated. So even for the skill assessment, so you guys may know that the skill assessment is a preliminary process for any these kind of visas. So and the guys were just writing an email that your skill assessment is a positive, and
they have
just
copy-pasted.
Copy pasted all the job and duties of that specific occupation and
from
to their
ANSCO.
From the ANSCO to their email, and they just send that your skill assessment is positive.
And not only that, they charge them 28,000 Indian rupees.
Yes, 28,000 Indian rupees too. So this is
lots of things are going on. So if you are in Australia and you have your cousins, brothers, sisters, or family members, or just friends, or people in your locality back home in your home country asking to come to Australia, and they have contacted their local agent, you would definitely be contacted by your friends that this is the agent who is assisting me, and this is the communication we have. And because you are in Australia, if you don't work in that industry, sometimes people fall in that trap as well.
Yeah.
And you were saying, Manjot, your friend is also working in government jobs in India.
Yeah, so he's a really qualified, and he's even master's from a
but he also got into
prominent university. Yes,
so he also got into trap. He paid 28,000 rupees for this work to be done.
Even his brother is in Canada, so even you can say even you can compare. Even he knows about the Canada things that we can't even say like that in just the word. So we have specific portals, and we have some reference numbers on the papers, so we can have a confirmation from we can even see that whether the document is legitimate or not. We can even contact the agency from where we are getting the skill assessment, so we can say that. So even the applicant can call the agency that is my details available in their portal or not, by saying them by giving them a passport number, or maybe the name, or maybe the date of birth. So
look, not only in these countries, Indian subcontinent or Southeast Asian countries, or even Africa, you can find people who are doing scams even in Australia. So if you are asked by someone that look, if you want to take immigration assistance, make sure you only take professional help from a migration
and you
agent.
do even your own like a homework as well. Whatever you in whatever work you are interested, so just do your own research as well.
A little bit of own research. So don't just
you should know that how the steps will go in, and where we are going, that the person with whom we are talking, and who is
Can
giving.
You please pass on the code of conduct? You just have to go around.
Yeah,
I want to show everyone. All right, guys. So if you're based in Australia, if you're looking for immigration assistance, okay, or assistance in finding your visa pathways, make sure you take professional help from a registered migration agent only. Why I'm saying so? Because I want to try. I wanted to show you this. I'm not sure. So in my hand, basically here, I'm not able to show you for some reason because of I think the background. So you can see here, I've got in my hand, I've got this code of conduct. So all registered migration agents in Australia are required to stick to this code of conduct. Okay, so it's a set of rules and regulations that migration agents have to follow while providing immigration assistance. Any person you are taking help from must be a registered migration agent, or must be working in that office. A migration agent must be working in that office where you're getting immigration assistance. So, for example, my MARA number is 2117674, right? 2117674. So every migration agent have this specific MARN number, which should go in every social media or any documentation they send to clients, or even on post anything on social media. They must have this migration agent's registration number. Only those people are able to legally help you in Australia. Either that person is a migration agent, have a MARN number, or that person has a legal practitioner number. If they are lawyer in Australia, they are by default allowed to give immigration assistance. Don't take any help from anyone else if you're looking for visas in Australia. So awareness is big part of. If you guys come to YouTube or on Facebook, Mohinder Mara agent, then I can show you here how to find a migration agent. So let me show you here. Let me share screen. All right, here. So just give me one sec. So you search Mara, mara.gov.au. So mara.gov.au. This is the place where migration agents are registered. So this is the government authority from Department of Home Affairs that registers migration agents. And from here, if you are looking for an agent, you can go to search for a registered migration agent. And if you don't know anyone's name, don't know business name, don't know any name, just put the postcode. So for example, I'm based in South Australia. I put Adelaide's postcode, which is 5000, and hit search. So you will be able to see all the migration agents who are currently based in South Australia. You can see everyone's detail here. So you can see there are like, 8, 9, maybe more than 11 pages. So these agents all have offices either in South Australia, or they actually, consult for some office here. So make sure this person you're speaking to has that migration agent's registration number. You can also, if you are already in touch with a person, you want to make sure that person is a registered migration agent. You can also search their name here. Generally, how do you get the name? You can get name from the email communication if you have anything from them. And you can search from here. As you can see, I'm searching with my name. So you can search my profile here. So this is my registration number. These are my email, our website. This is our address, and this is my photo. Some agents may not put their photo, but you'll be eventually able to see them. This is how you make sure that the person you are taking immigration assistance is a migration agent only. And if you take assistance from a migration agent only, you would be able to then get the best advice possible. Let me share the screen again, if I may. I'm not sure what happened, but somehow the screen was not shared. Okay, here. So I was showing you here. I was showing you this screen here. So now you can see this is a place where you are able to see the registration number of a migration agent. I'm going to redo it. So basically, you go to mara.gov.au, 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 and you go to search. And if you don't know the first name and last name, you can just put the location. You can even put like postcode. I am doing search with the 500 postcode, which is in Adelaide. You can do search, and you can see all the migration agents who have MARA registration number. They are located here in this website. Here there are like 6, 7, 8 pages. If you are already taking assistance from a person, but you are not sure who that person is, whether that person is a registered migration agent or not, you can simply search their name here. So for example, if you search my name here, Mohinder, you should be able to see my registration details here. You can see my registration details here. I hope you're able to see. I'm not sure what is happening. Stop sharing. Yeah, so this one here. So you can see my registration details here. So this is how we check whether the person you are working or the person who is assisting you is a migration agent or not. So this is how you see whether the person is a migration agent or not. Okay. All right. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions before we go. It is almost time for us to leave. Oh, there's no audio. Oh, the thing has died. Probably we can take it over.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear us now? Master Ji, Mahenga Singh sir.
No.
Of course.
No, it is not. So no, only.
Okay. So Master Ji, so do we do Australian visas from offshore as well? Okay, that's good. Yes, we do. Okay, only good profiles. So if you have a really strong profile, then we do it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your cooperation today, and thanks for your time you spent on our live